3 years and a few months today, I landed my first international remote job as a Nigerian living in Nigeria. After I got my first international remote job, over time I got different jobs and different international gigs, freelancing, contract roles, independent contractors. I've seen this whole remote job thing change from time to time, but a lot of people are still playing the old game, the old system of doing things. This is 2026. A lot of things have changed. Here is what works if you are starting from the beginning. I believe that remote work and freelancing is in phases, and this is what many people don't tell you. So phase one is actually the place where you acquire skill and you want to go to the market and start to sell your skill. You want to get your first client, to get your first job. Now this is a mistake many people looking to work remotely or freelance in Nigeria. This is a mistake that they make. When they finish acquiring this, maybe they learn virtual assistant, they want to go and start looking for jobs. The first thing to do is to actually start to do the work, start to practice. And why many people will advise you to go on Upwork, start to start to send in proposal, use your connect, go on Fiverr, hustle, start applying for jobs. The chance that you will land those jobs are very slim. So stop, just close all those tabs. Oh, 10 websites to find remote job as a Nigerian. It's not going to work for you that way. Why? Because you do not have experience, because you do not have samples, because you've not proven that you know what you're doing, that you can get results for the businesses that you're looking to work. There are currently over 17.5 million Nigerians who are looking to work remotely or freelance in some sort. So you are up against competition, and some people already have experience, already have the skill, already have the sample, already gotten some form of result. You are going to be up against those people, and you do not really stand a chance. So the first thing for you to do is not going to fight on job websites. All of those will not work. This is the truth I'm telling you. The first thing for you to do is, if you are sure that you know how to do that thing, start doing the work. If you are a graphic designer, start designing graphics. Take up a logo, redesign a logo, post it on your page. Like, start to actually doing the work. The more you do, the better you get at it. I don't understand why you are a writer. I've gotten so many people reach out to me. You say you're a writer, but you don't have any article of your own that you have written, and you're looking to get a job. This is the mistake a lot of people make. Start doing the work. So once you have like 2, 3, 4, 5 samples, once you start doing the work, create visibility online. Go on LinkedIn, create your profile. The next thing you're going to do, if you're in a situation where you need to land a remote job desperately, you should never be desperate in life. Like, you seriously, urgently need to get like a source of livelihood. The truth, see, I'll hold your hand while I tell you this thing is, I believe that if you don't have any form of assistance, I believe you should first of all get a regular 9 to 5. Why did I say this? To reduce tension and desperation. It's not bad to get in. I don't know why these days people feel like, oh, I don't want to work a 9 to 5, I want to work remotely, I want to freelance. Let me tell you the truth. Many people who are working remotely, freelancing right now, they've actually worked a 9 to 5 before. I'm not saying this should be the situation for everybody, but if you are desperate, so that you don't drive yourself in unnecessary desperation, if you need to land a job, if you want to get a remote job quickly, then it's just wise to first of all, get a source of income. So get a job as a Nigerian, a regular 9 to 5 Nigerian job, that you don't need to the one that will pay you so much. If you find a job that can pay you 150,000, any job that can just pay you, you take that job while you sharpen your skill, while you begin to reach out. And basically, it is easier to get a job when you already have some level of experience. So while you are working your 9 to 5 job, let's say you are working as maybe a receptionist and you want to learn social media marketing or content creation in that company. When you get the job, you can start to do social media for that company, you can start to do marketing, you can start to work as a content creator for that company, even if your job description is something else. This is one of the quickest way to build experience for a real company. People are just overlooking the regular 9 to 5. That is a great place to start if you just finished your NYC, you want to make money right now. I don't know why you shouldn't consider getting a regular 9 to 5 job as a single boy or a single girl. You're just 19, 20, 21, 22. I think that's a quick way to do if you need to make money and you also want to get a remote job. So that way you build your experience, do the work, sharpen your skill, then before you can start working. And if you say, oh no, your condition is this situation, like you cannot do a 9 to 5, you just have to work remotely or freelance, well, the regular advice everybody will give you is go on Upwork and start sending proposal. But that's not what I would say, because it is very difficult. If you have 0 job success score, you've not gotten it, you are starting from zero. It is not easy to get a job on Upwork if you are starting from absolutely zero. So here's the smart thing I will advise you to. I will advise you to go on platforms like LinkedIn, go to Facebook groups. I've shared a lot of videos about all of this, and find people, reach out. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is in what you don't want to say. So reach out to people, ask to work for free, ask to just do the work. You don't even need to say I want to work with you for free. Say, oh, I did this stuff for you, can you take a look at it? Oh, I noticed that I did this stuff. So you have to be upfront in actually doing the work and not considering money. So take away, if you're just starting from zero, just cancel. Money should not be your goal at this point in time. Your goal should be getting someone to say yes to you, getting someone to say yes to your work, and to build momentum, to get your reviews, to get experience from a real company. So once you are at that level, you want the next phase is phase two. You want to start doing the work, actually developing skills. So if you are maybe a virtual assistant and you do virtual content, virtual assistant, and you want to start knowing content for real, for real. So this is now phase two. So you are no longer going to be just be chasing $5, $10. So your goal is to, once you reach out to people, try as much as possible to get a retainer client. So when you talk to, go on Facebook group, LinkedIn, reach out to creators that you can help with. When you reach out to them, you can go on Upwork and use Upwork as a platform where you guys will do your payments, do all of the whole process for the job, how you get paid, so that you can start getting reviews. It's when that's how you now start to build your reputation on that platform, and how you can now get subsequent jobs. This is a hack, a trick to jump all of the competition, the hustle, connect. People will not tell you this, but this is what a lot of people, and they're a couple of recruiters on global recruiters on LinkedIn, even on Facebook. You can find them, reach out to them, and this is one of the things that people are doing these days that you will not hear about. So once you get those, maybe your first retainer job, then if you feel like you want to quit your 9 to 5, if you don't have a 9 to 5, once you get it, you want to start building on your skills. If you're just doing general virtual assistant, you want to now focus on one skill, maybe it's video editing, you do it as part of your virtual assistant stuff. You want to now focus on it and be good at it, because the more general you are, the less money you can make. So the more difficult the skill is for people to learn, the more money you can make. So the easier it is, the less money you can make. That's just it. Except you're going to be exchanging time for money, and you want to getting 3 to 4 5 clients you're working with at the same time, you're going to eventually burn out. So you want to now focus on the high value skill and learn how to do it for real, and become one of the top people at it. See, you start to earn $100 per hour, $200 per hour when you become a specialist, when you become an expert at a skill. And you can't become an expert at a particular skill if you've not done the work, if you've not put in the reps. So you put in the reps by doing the work. Start by doing the work. Don't start by looking for a job. Start by doing the work. And it's in doing the work that you actually get a job. So that brings me to phase two. Now you start to build visibility for the work that you are doing. This is very important. Start to build visibility, do the work, go on, create a social media platform. A place like Twitter and LinkedIn are great places. You talk about a strategy that you use that works, you post it on Twitter, you post it on LinkedIn, and you start to now shoot your shot on a higher level, because you know what you're doing, you've gotten results. Then you can now start shooting your shots on that level. So if you're already on that level, what might be holding you is you are not talking enough, you are not shooting your shot. Bet on yourself and dare to take that step. You have to be daring. even dare to reach out to that big creator, dare to reach out to that big company. That's how it works. You never know, you might just work. But before you do all of that, ensure that you know what you're doing. You're actually good at what you're doing. So like this is the phase two. And in any skill that you want to actually learn, ensure that is more technical. It's not something that anybody can just learn in a couple of days or weeks, just to ensure that it's something that you put in a lot of work and just be the best at what you do. Like that is phase two. That is when you can now start applying for jobs on job board. So I know you want to say, oh, top 10 websites to find remote jobs, top 8 websites, oh, remote job without experience, all of those things. See, I'll tell you the truth, and I'm holding your hand while I'm telling you this truth. All of those things will not work. They do not really work. Like if you are a beginner, in your phase one, you will likely not get a job from a job site, except it's a site that focuses on entry level jobs. And now the entry level market is almost crashing because of AI. I have to just tell you the truth. I can't bear and just see people doing the wrong things and just create videos for the sake of clicks and views. The truth is that all of those top 10 websites, it doesn't work for most people who are at phase one, and the majority of people are at that level in that phase. So please, just rest with all the 10 top websites to find remote, because people just keep regurgitating the same thing. And you're like, oh, where's this website? Focus on doing the work and reaching out. That is where the difference is. So in phase three, when you are in phase three, you want to start to build things. So you want to start to create strategies, you want to start to develop things. No, you're not at this point, you're not looking at I want to quickly make $50, $100. You're looking at creating solutions. You want to create solutions to problem people have. And the thing is that the more painful the problem, the more money you can make. So don't always be in a hurry to like, oh, how to make $10. This app pays Africans. You click on this app. See, you're just going to be walking in circles if you are chasing after all of those things. Those things, the people who are creating those things are just after keywords. They just want to have views and all of that. The truth is, there's nothing that you're going to be doing online remotely and earn a lot of money if you do not have a high value digital skill that solve a painful problem. This is the truth. There is no app that is going to pay you. Click on this app pays. You cannot make life changing money. You cannot, I don't even, not even life changing money. You cannot make upkeep money with all of those kind of things. Money is still a function of exchange of value. So if you want a company abroad to pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, then you must be offering them something that will worth or is commensurate with whatever they're paying you. So it's an exchange of value. So you don't have value, you want to go to an app and just click and make $1,000, $2,000. How? It doesn't really work. People are just deceiving. So the bottom line is actually putting in the work. And there are a lot of websites. If you already have a skill, if you already have some level of experiences, there are actually genuinely websites that you can find remote job for Africans with less competition. There are not a lot of them, and I've shared them in my video before. But knowing the website that's where you knowing where to find international remote job is just one part of the puzzle. It doesn't make a lot of difference, because sometimes you easily get this job when you actually even just reach out. So it is one thing to find the job, it's another thing to properly apply for this job and increase your chances of actually landing this job. So I looked at all of this stuff and created one of the best resources on the internet. So I created a strategy. I call it the Beyond and Above Remote Job Application Strategy. So this strategy actually helps you apply. It's an outreach strategy. It helps you apply and reach out to companies and founders, employers, for remote jobs. Reach out to them. So I walked you through step by step process how you can actually reach out to these people. It's a quick way to learn remote jobs. Even when you see a job, this is how I details the details of how to apply, how to send an email, how to send a DM, because these are the things that I've done that actually works for me. So that is why I decided to share. So if you are looking to land a remote job as a Nigerian in 2026, I will advise that you look at being good at any skill. Then I would advise that you reach out. Secondly, thirdly, create visibility for what you're doing. And fourthly, build something. If your goal is to make money, it doesn't matter if you have someone abroad or a company in the US paying you. The what matters is you are able to make money. That is like the big difference. So you can actually build a product, you can build something, you can create influence and actually make the same amount of money that you make if you are actually working a job, which is the ultimate flex. If you are able to build a business, like that is like the peak of everything. So I hope this video helped you. I hope it helped you with clarity on how to do things better. So this is the course I talked about. So I'll put the link to the course in the description so that you can get it and look at how to properly outreach for remote job. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.